related to e-learning that my partner Aaron and I researched is the cost and funding of e-learning courses. This issue was of particular interest to me because throughout my time in the Human Resource Development Program, I have heard multiple times that e-learning is the most cost-efficient method of delivering learning content, whether it be for a course on a college campus or for an employee training program. However, I've never truly understood what makes an e-learning course or program cost efficient, and how does the organization determine that it is truly better than face-to-face instruction. This presentation will accomplish the following objectives. It will help viewers understand the importance of calculating the cost of e-learning programs, what makes e-learning programs cost-effective and efficient, the cost associated with the development of e-learning programs, and finally, the formulas used for calculating the cost of an e-learning program. In Chapter 6 of Managing Technological Change, Strategies for College and University Leaders, Tony Bates stresses the importance of correctly calculating the cost of e-learning programs. This is often the point in the process where instructional designers fall short. But if the care is taken to calculate costs, organizations will be able to evaluate the fixed and variable costs that will be incurred, as well as costs incurred by students. They will be able to compare and contrast the cost of designing an e-learning program versus traditional face-to-face instruction. And finally, they will be able to determine whether or not the investment is sound and should be pursued. Ultimately, by calculating the costs associated with developing e-learning programs, organizations and institutions will be able to determine if the intervention will be cost-effective and efficient. Stakeholders, meaning upper-level administration, are mainly concerned with the bottom line. They want to know if an e-learning course or program is going to cost less than traditional instruction while still fostering the same level of student performance or increased performance. The following charts are also from Bates' book, and they break down the various costs associated with the design and development of e-learning programs. The first chart depicts the costs that are incurred during the first year and include fixed costs, which covers direct costs such as subject matter experts, instructional designers, IT professionals and graphic designers, as well as copyright issues, as well as indirect costs such as server costs, tutors or graduate assistants, faculty costs, and facility costs. The variable costs include the number of students who require tutoring services, course materials, as well as administrative support. Finally, the chart depicts the costs incurred to students, which will be needed to calculate enrollment quotas. Student costs include tuition and fees, course materials, as well as technology requirements. The second chart depicts the cost of e-learning programs over a period of 4 years and includes the same cost variables as the first chart. Once the costs have been calculated, organizations can then begin to analyze those costs to determine whether or not e-learning will be efficient using one of the following formulas. The first formula is the percentage of return on investment formula, which calculates the net benefits of the program minus the cost of the program. The next formula is the cost-benefit ratio, which divides the program benefits by the program cost. And finally, there is the break-even analysis, which allows organizations to determine how many students are required to enroll in the course to either break even or turn a profit. If practitioners calculate the cost of developing an e-learning program from the ground up, they may realize that the outcome is worth the investment and fits the budget of the organization. Or they may realize that outsourcing the work or buying off the shelf would be more cost efficient. The three deciding factors are going to be the needs of the organization, the resources available to the organization, and whether or not the learning content calls for uniqueness. Once organizations have considered all of this information, they can then move forward with discussing how to raise the funds needed